Hi, this is a video to help you with figuring out modal source, and it's related to the assignment on page 75 of the Harmony 3, Harmony 4 supplement. But even if you're not doing that particular assignment, you can still learn about modal source by following along with this video. So the first thing is to analyze any progression that you are to figure out modal source for, and let's listen to it. So clearly you can hear that there's a lot of modal interchange in this. And I started off by analyzing the first part for you. So we have 1 major 7, then we have 5 minor 7, a modal interchange chord, and flat 7 major 7, another modal interchange chord. So we're talking about modal source here, but modal source is related to chord scales. So you need to know the chord scale, the default chord scale for a given chord in order to find modal source most easily. If you don't know your chord scales for modal interchange chords, you should study up on that. You can use a chart like this that sums them all up. Here's the common major 7 modal interchange chords in a major key. Here's the common minor 7 chords, dominant 7 chords, and minor 7 flat 5s. And notice that when you group them like this, you see similarities. All the major 7 chords take a Lydian chord scale. All the minor 7s take Dorian. All the dominants take Lydian flat 7, and all the minor 7 flat 5s take Locrian. So make sure you know this information well. So looking at our example again, we see that our first modal interchange chord is 5 minor, and that's the first one that's asked, where we're asking to get a modal source on it. So you have to know what the chord scale is, and the chord scale, again, all modal interchange minor 7s take Dorian. That's a Dorian chord scale. So what you do is you simply write out a Dorian chord scale. That's your start, the start of your process. And once you have your chord scale written, you simply take those notes, bring them over here under your modal source column, and rewrite them beginning on the root note of the key that you are in. So we are in the key of A right now. So start your modal source scale on the note A, again taking all these notes and simply rewriting them starting on A. Notice I have an E, an F sharp, a G, an A, a B, a C sharp, and a D, and over here I have the same notes: E, F sharp, G, natural, A, B, C sharp, and D. But I've rewritten them starting on A, and it turns out when I do that, I get this scale. It started off as an E Dorian scale, but rewritten starting on A, it becomes an A Mixolydian scale. And that is the modal source for this chord scale. So that's the process. You simply write out the chord scale, correct chord scale, then you take those same notes, rewrite them beginning on the key of the song that you're in, and you will get the modal source. Now you try it on the next chord, which we know to be flat 7 major 7, G major 7. Write it on the next stave of music. Write out the correct chord scale for that. On the next stave here under a chord scale. Then rewrite those pitches under the modal source column, starting on the pitch A, because we're in the key of A major, and see what scale you get when you rewrite G, the G chord scale here starting on A, and that will be your modal source. And then pause the video, check back to check your answer. And we're back, and the chord scale for flat 7 major 7 at modal interchange chord, major 7 chord, as we can see from our chart, is Lydian, flat 7 major 7. All modal interchange major 7s take Lydian. So we write out the notes of Lydian: G, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, rewrite them starting on A, all the same pitches. So the chord scale for for flat 7 major 7, G major 7 in this case, is G Lydian. The modal source is A Mixolydian. Now just carry on, finish your analysis, write the chord scale for the appropriate chord scale for the chord, and then rewrite starting on the tonic pitch of the key to get your modal source.